Slaying Sunna, Abu Ishaq al-Shatibi's concept of Bida in Al-Iʻtiṣām. McGill University, 1999, Montreal, Canada, A.S. Jahar. Chapter 3. Shatibi accepted Istihsan, juristic preference, as long as it did not deviate from the indicants of the Sharia. Following the example of Malik, the eponymous founder of his school, the Maliki school, Shatibi deemed its suitability to be unquestionable, providing its injunctions in Shari'i matters are not based on personal judgment or speculation. Sound istihsan, which Shatibi agreed with, had the characteristic of relying upon the end of the lawgiver, qasd al-shari', apologies, no Arabic given, such as setting aside qiyas, ratio legis, in favour of a stronger maslaha, or to avert a greater danger. Such istihsan is seen, Shatibi states, from the fact that its efficacy clearly promotes the ends of the Shari'iyah, daruri, haji, and tahsini, improvement. This is because, according to him, in some cases, reliance on a rule merely on the basis of qiyas might give rise to some sort of harmful consequence for human beings. Shatibi, however, is still convinced that it can be undertaken in perfect consistency with the foundational text and without any intrusion of merely human proclivities. Having discussed the differences between bid'ah and istihsan as perceived by Shatibi, we can say that his aim was, on the one hand, to preserve the authenticity of the Sharia, and on the other hand, to ensure the role of reason is well defined in line with the spirit of the law. The sound istihsan, for instance, is regarded by Shatibi as one means of performing ijtihad. The legal principle, however, can be used on the condition that conflicting indicators exist. Juristic preference itself, we can assume, is a procedure rather than an indicator in its own right. Ahmadi, who dies in 630, commensurate with 1232, after all refers to it as tarjih al-adillah, the preponderance of the indicants. The pure istihsan, however, if used arbitrarily, can lead to the subjectivity of human judgment. While the Shari'iyah is deemed as the superior reference for legal injunctions, the people of innovation, Ahl al-Bid'ah, take the opposite position by using istihsan on the basis of pure reason to justify bid'ah practices. Both the violence of bid'ah and the rejection of pure istihsan reason were also proclaimed by the Syrian-born reformer Muhammad Rashid Ridda, who died in 1935, prefacing his position on bid'ah and arbitrary reason. Ridda points out opinions on legal matters that can be divided into three categories. First, the valid, second, the invalid, and third, the ambiguous opinion. Of these, we are most concerned with the second one, in spite of his censure against bid'ah, which he regarded as invalid or evil opinion. Ridda convincingly rejects arguments based solely on assumptions of good or bad in Shari'i matters. Istihsan, he insists, which is not based on sound qiyas, ratio legis, or which fails to promote maslaha or avert danger, is counted as unsound istihsan and therefore foreign to the Shari'iyah. As the ends of the law, maqasid al-Shari'iyah, are the hallmark and characteristic of Shatibi's legal theory, the validity of maslaha mursala, public utility or public benefit, and istihsan, juristic preference, is also tied to this concept. These two methods of reasoning are essentially different from pure reason. Moreover, bid'ah, strictly speaking, is inferior to these two legal principles, for bid'ah absolutely disregards the ends of the law in favour of pure rational judgment. Shatibi only tolerates rational judgment in mundane matters insofar as it is in accordance with human welfare and averts danger. In Shari'i matters, however, he is faithful with the superiority of the text over reason. His position is probably based on his understanding that between human reason and the law of God there stretched an essentially unbridgeable gap. This gap lies in the fact that not all divine laws are logical or clear to human understanding. Stay tuned for the conclusion and many more parts.